In the last session, we have discussed about how to go with React forms and routing. Today, let us move to the next and very important one. That is, we have to fetch data from REST APIs. So we create a REST API using our Spring Boot application. And what are the REST API we create in our Spring Boot application? How to fetch data from that REST API. That means how to invoke the REST API from our React application. That's the main concept here. So for that one, we make use of a library called as AXIOS. AXIOS. So what is this one is? AXIOS is a popular JavaScript library. Is a popular JavaScript library used to make HTTP request. Used to make HTTP request from web browsers. From web browsers or Node.js to servers. It is used to fetch data, submit form data, and invoke the APIs using methods like get, post, put, delete links. Like example, let us suppose we have created one REST API. Like example, http://localhost:8080/product list. I have created one REST API product list. Okay, this is the API what we have created. So this is going to connect to the product table and it's going to return the list of products. This we want to access by using AXIOS library. How to do this one is we have to import. First, what step we have to do in our React application? We have to write here import AXIOS from AXIOS. Then after import, here in our component, we have to use this AXIOS dot get. To this get method, we need to pass our API. That's it. Now, let me elaborate this with a complete example application. So let us go with the Java side, backend. Let us go with a table first. Create a table product in MySQL. You can say create table product with product ID, integer, product name, varchar of some temp, then product price, integer. Right? Let us create this table now. Open MySQL. Password root. Now, let me create one database. Something like a product DB. I'm creating one database, product DB. Then say use product DB. Now let us create table. Create table product with the product ID, integer, product name, varchar of 10, then product price integer. Now, let us insert some records into the table. Insert into product values. Let me say 101 is the product ID. Then product name. Let me take some monitor. Then 5000 is the price. Then comma 222 keyboard 500. Or let me say 102 keyboard 500. 103 mouse 300. 104 UPS 2000. 105 tickets 1000. So we are having totally 5 products in the table. So these are the 5 products. Insert the following records into the product table. Insert these records. Now, this is our database site. Now let us create one Spring Starter project. Create a Spring Starter project. Create a Spring Starter project in STS. So open Spring Toolsuite. Let us create one Spring Starter project here. Let me go with the name Spring React. Spring React. Type Maven, Java version 17, group com.rajtech. Artifact Spring React it takes package com.spring.react. Click next. Here we go with the dependencies like Spring Web. Then we go with the Lombok, Spring Data JPA, MySQL driver. 4 dependencies we are adding into the project. Click on finish. The project will get created. Let me document. Click on File, New Spring Starter project. Name Spring React. Then type Maven, Java version 17, group com.rajtech, artifact. It takes the name Spring React. Package, let me say com.spring.react. Click next. Add the following project dependencies. So what they are? Spring Web, Lombok, Spring Data JPA, and MySQL driver. Click finish. That's it. So the project will get created. Now, once the project is ready, now let us go with the entity class. Create an entity class product in com.spring.react package. So let me create this product here. So under the package, com.spring.react, right click and say new class. Let me go with the name product. Now go with the properties. private int product ID. Let me go with the complete body integer. The private string product name, private integer product price. Then go with the Lambda connotations at the rate no args constructor, at the rate all args constructor, and at the rate data. Then to mark it as entity, at the rate entity. To map with the table, at the rate table name equal to product. Then to mark this one as primary key, at the rate ID. To map with the column name, at the rate column name equal to product underscore ID. Even here also at the rate column name equal to product underscore name. So these all things already we discussed in Spring Boot. Name equal to product underscore price. So these are our JPA and Lambda connotations. So the entity class is ready. Right? This is our entity class. Now, the next step. Once you create entity class, let us create the repository interface. Create a repository interface, employee repository, income.spring.react package. Employee repository. So under the package, create a new interface, product repository. I think I've given some other name. Product repository. We are working on product, right? Product repository. So what we need to do, make this interface extends JPA repository. The entity class name is product and primary key data type is integer. And above this, mark it as at the rate repository. That's it. Now this completes our repository. Next, the important one, controller class. Next one, controller class. Creating REST controller class, product controller in com.spring.react package. Product controller. This is the main important code for us. In the package, create a class product controller. Mark it as REST controller. How to mark it as REST controller? At the rate REST controller. Then, so one more very important point here. Since we are going to get the request from React application, and where React is running, React server is running in this location, http://localhost:5173, right? This is the location where our React project will be run. So what we have to do, we have to inform Spring Boot that I'm going to get the request from this location. Now to inform, using the annotation at the rate cross origin, at the rate cross origin, origins equal to provide the location from where we are going to get the request. Okay, so this annotation we have to use. Then coming to this product controller, go with the property product repository repo. inject it automatically at the rate auto void. Then create a method here, public list product, get product list using repo, or you can select this return using repo, call the method find all. So when you call the method find all, it's going to return all the products. Now go with the annotation at the rate get mapping. What we have used in the document, let me take same thing. Product list, right? Let me go with the same name, product list. So this is our API. What is a REST API to access this product list? REST API to access product list is what? http://localhost:/8080. This is the location where our Tomcat server is running, and say product list /product list. That's it. Okay. So this is our REST controller class. The next step, we need to update our application.properties file. Update application.properties. Here we have to provide the database connection details. Under resources, you can see application.properties. Here, go with the details like spring.data source .driver class name, spring.data source .url. What is that? JDBC : MySQL : / localhost : 3306 / product DB. Spring.data source .username is root. Spring.data source .password is root. Then the JPA property spring.jpa .hibernate DDL auto update. Then spring.jpa show SQL as true. So these are our JPA and Hibernate properties, database connection properties. Once this is done, run the project. Run the project as Spring Boot app. So right click on Spring React and say run as Spring Boot app. Right. So this is our API. Copy this. Open Postman tool. Test the application using Postman. To check whether we are getting a list of products. So method call is get and paste our API. Click on send. See, we are getting our products here. See, we are getting all our products. Right? So the application is working. Test the app, test the REST API using Postman. Right? So this is our, what is this one? Your backend work. Now we have created the REST API. So what are the REST API we have created? Now what I want to do? I want to invoke this API from our React application. So to do that, we have to use the library AXIOS library. Right? It's a JavaScript library. Now, to do that one, React site. So what we have to do? First step, we have to install AXIOS. Install AXIOS using the below command. So at your prompt, you can say npm. In your React project, we have to do. In your React project, we need to use this command. npm install AXIOS. So this step we need to do first. Let me show this. So we have to open React project. Open this React project in command prompt. There. Now install the library. How to install? npm install AXIOS. Then it's going to install the packages for us. Now let me open this project in Visual Studio Code. Code dot. We have opened the project in Visual Studio Code. Now, let me remove all these codes. Here, the next step, let us create a new component. For that, create a folder API. I'm creating one folder API in components folder. Now create a file product list. I'm going with the name product list dot .jsx in API folder. Product list. Let us do this step now. Under components folder, let us create one more new folder API. In this folder, let us create a new file. Let me go with the name product list dot .jsx. Now here, let us import React, comma, use effect, comma, use state from React. Then let us import even the library AXIOS from AXIOS. Then next one, create the function product list. Create the function product list. Now in this one, go with a constant. So we are going with the state constant. So what is the state here? Products, comma, set products. Setter method. We have discussed the use state concept, same thing. Equal to use state. Initially, we'll go with the empty array. We are going with one empty array. Now go here with use effect. Here we are writing the code. So whenever it goes with the use effect, we are going to invoke a function called as load products. I'm invoking a function called as load products. Then what are the products it's loading? We are going to store in the form of array. We are storing in the form of array. Then next step. Now create the function constant load products equal to, write the code here. By using this AXIOS, call the method get. To this we need to pass our API. So what is our API? This one. http:// 8080 / product. This is our API. Then say dot then what are the response you are getting? That response I want to store it into what? This products, this state called as products. So in order to update these products, we have to call which one? Set products. So what we have to do? So once we invoke the API, then response. What are the response we are getting? What we have to do here? Set products. And what are the data we get from response? That data we are assigning to set products. So once we invoke this set products, the data what we get from this API, that is now stored into this products. So which is what? It's an array. It's an array. That's it. Then dot catch, if you are getting some error, dot catch. If you are getting some error, if it is unable to invoke, then right here console.log the error what you are getting. That's it. So this is the way to invoke our REST API. Now, what are the data we are getting from these products? What are the data present in these products? I want to display in tabular format. So to display in tabular format, we'll write the code here, return here, create one division. I'll go with the class name as container. We'll create these classes in our CSS file. Div class container. We'll go with the H2 element, product list. We'll create a table heading. Just we are doing the presentation here, table head. Here we go with the table row like th, where we'll display product ID, th, product name, th, product price. So just we are going with the ID, name and price. Then, so this is our heading. Now go with the next one, table body. Here, now I need to traverse this products, right? What are the products we are having? We need to traverse that. So for that one, in table body, you write the code like this: curly braces, products.map, product. So what are the product we are getting? That we should display in which format? That we want to display in tabular format. So we have to traverse that. How to traverse? I'm creating a table row key equal to product.product ID, product.product ID. I'm referring to the key. Then, so for every product, it's going to create a new row, and the product ID will become the key. Now display the every record here like this: product.product ID, td, product name, td, product price. What we are displaying? So in every record I'm showing like a table row, product.product ID, product name and product price. Right? So this is our data in the form of tabular format. Now at the end you write here export default product list. Now let us do the presentation here. That is the styling part. Let us go create one more new file under API. Let us create a new file called as product list.css, the styling part. Here we go with the class name container, width 90%, margin auto, then margin top, something 40 pixel, then font family, let me say Arial. Let us go with H2 styles. For H2 element, we'll say text align as center, color, let me take it as blue, then margin bottom, we'll say 20 pixel. Then next one, table. We are giving the styles for a table with 100%. Then border collapse, simple CSS styles, border collapse, we'll say collapse. Next one, table TH for table heading, we'll go with the styles. Background we'll say red. Color of the text, white. Padding some 12 pixels. These all are your wish, okay? Then border 1 pixel, solid white. This is our border color. Next one, table TD for table description, padding, let me say 10 pixel, border 1 pixel, solid white, then text align center. So these are the styles we have provided. Then in order to use this CSS, what we are tried here, import single quotes dot slash product list dot css, right? So these are the files. Next step we have to update our app.js. Go to this app.js and here in the function in division, just render our product list. Render the product list. That's it. Now, so this completes this application. Let us run this project. Go to run npm run dev. Now, open browser and type the URL http://localhost 5173. So here we are getting the product list. So what are the products we have created? We are able to see all that product list on our screen. So from our React application, we are able to invoke our REST APIs. So this is very, very important. Clear this application? Any questions? So I'm documenting everything. Create a file, product list .css in API folder. Product list .css. The complete code also I'm pasting in the document so that from document also can access this. The next step, update app.jsx. This is our app.jsx file. Run the project. npm run dev. Open browser and type the following URL http://localhost:5173. That's it. Okay. So very, very important application. You need to practice this compulsory. Right? Then now understand carefully. how to get the code? We are learning this using AA part. So how to get this complete code using the AA tool? How to provide the prompt here? Okay. Now, so what is our REST API we have created? This is the REST API what we have created, right? This is the REST API what we have created. Now let me get the code from the AA tools. So for that one, let me go to this ChatGPT. I'm opening ChatGPT. Now provide the prompt here. Provide the prompt. So how to provide the prompt? See, I've created a REST API. REST API. This is the REST API what we have created using Spring Boot. Which returns the product list from product table with the fields product ID, product name, and product price. Right? Now shift enter. Now what you do? Create a React code to invoke this REST API, and displays the product list in tabular format. Display the product list in tabular format on browser screen. So provide the prompt here. Okay. So now click on this send prompt. Now see, complete code will be given to us. So I'm giving the prompt here. So any AI tool you can use. Even I'm pasting the prompt for your reference. See here. So this is our API. See here what we have to install. First we have to install Vite. Then see here JavaScript code here. Complete code you can find over here. Complete code you can find. So that codes, everything will be generated for us. Complete code will be generated. Okay. Right. So very easy way to get the codes using the AI tools. So you can even mention I want to use AXIOS. So here they did not use AXIOS. Fetch, they have used fetch here. So you can even modify this, edit message, create a React code to invoke REST API using AXIOS library. Okay, I've mentioned here AXIOS. Now click on send. Here it's saying, see, we have to install AXIOS. Then complete code it has generated here using AXIOS get method. Right? Complete code you can find. Right? So this is the complete prompt I've given in the document. Using this prompt also you can do the learning part. So like this, if you are having some REST APIs already created, if I want to get the React code, just provide this type of prompts. It's going to generate the React code for us. Okay, so please practice this, very important one. Okay, so with this we complete our React module.